Hello, hello, and welcome to another round of Queen Astro's Tarot. Today, my friends, I'm excited to get back into this. We are looking at how are you growing right now. So maybe you're feeling frustrated or confused or a little apathetic. We've all been there. We've all been everywhere. But if you're feeling particularly like that, this reading is particularly for you. So we have 4 piles here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can pick the pile or piles that speak to you. In pile 1, we have opalite. It's a little worry stone that you can kind of rub. Pile 2, we have sunstone. Pile 3, we have the rose quartz. And then pile 4, we have a lepidolite. I believe that's how you say it, point. All right, so again, these are piles 1, 2, 3, 4. There might be one reading for you. They might all be for you. Just, pick the piles that resonate with you, and the timestamps will be in the description. And I will see you in your pile or piles. Bye, all. Hello, hello. If you're here, you picked pile 1 for where or how are you growing right now? And you picked the pile with the opalite, worry stone. It's very pretty. When I got it, I hadn't realized that opalite is actually made by humans. And for a second, I was kind of like, oh man, because it's like not natural. So like I was, automatically like, oh, it doesn't have powers. But the fact of the matter is, like, that really doesn't matter. There are so many ways for us to resonate with, the one, if you will. Oops, I'm hitting my light a little bit. And opalite is about like new beginnings. And it's got like this very like youthful, optimistic sort of vibe about it. So pile 1, if you feel like you've been frustrated or grumpy, if you will, or kind of like, like get off my lawn, but about, whatever that is in your life, this could be a sign that maybe something you are learning or, growing into right now is like this ability to look at things with fresh eyes. But let's take a look at I've got some tarot here along with an oracle card from the Celtic Tree Oracle. And then I'm going to finish off the reading with one more oracle pull just to kind of give you a rounded out picture, pile 1, of how you are growing right now. All right, we are starting with, why am I forgetting this name? The Occult Tarot. Oh, and I pre-pulled these, but I've not pre-looked, so we're all learning together, y'all. All right, pile 1, we've got, Temperance. Or crow cell. Teaches geometry and liberal sciences, makes great noises, and warms water. So yeah, that's interesting with warms water. Like that just makes me think of like kind of warming up your emotions or kind of thawing out your icy cold heart, pile 1. And I say that with love. I'm always teasing here, y'all. Let's keep going. And then you got the 3 of Wands. Procures the love of a woman. Tells of things past, present, and future. Builds love between friends and enemies. Yeah, so even with the 3 of Wands, this is feeling pretty, I don't want to say clear-cut, pile 1, but I'm seeing a story, if you will. 3 of Wands always reminds me of like friendship, victory, working together, like being passionate about something. And maybe there was some sort of fallout, with you and friends or like a group of people you work or organize with or, are involved with in some capacity, like, your flag football team or, whatever it is. Right now you are growing into this like ability to be able to, not forget what people did or what happened. It's not that easy, but to not hold on to it forever because there was like a fire or passion to begin with. If that makes sense, pile 1. But yeah, let's keep looking. This is interesting. All right, and then we've got the 2 of Cups in reverse. Okay, wow, that kind of makes sense, like, with what I was saying. And this is Salos, causes the love of women to men and of men to women. In a reversal, it feels like something just kind of, I don't know if it was a romantic or some sort of relationship within like a group dynamic. I'm feeling pile 1 was disrupted in a way you did not anticipate or care for, maybe. Yeah, because the 2 of Cups in reverse, I'm sensing like this sort of like imbalance. And especially with the opalite, like I'm seeing all of this and it almost feels like you've been holding on to something, but doing a good job of like appearing even keeled, if that makes sense. And then you've got the Eight of Cups. And the Eight of Cups is kind of about like loss, accepting that loss, right? Guide of the waters, can make storms and rough seas, causes men to die in 3 days of putrid wounds. Oh, Vepar? I said Vesper by accident. Whoops, it's Vepar. Vepar seems metal as hell. Also looks a little bit like Starbucks. But yeah, pile one, what I'm seeing so far with like how you're growing, my dog is running into things, is again, this ability to move on and continue, especially within a group. Like instead of like, I feel like there's almost like a tendency to escape or just move on and like kind of salt the earth. And especially in conjunction with this opalite pile one, I feel like the way you're growing is really like learning how to stay in a situation that kind of sucks for a second, knowing that you will be able to move forward, if that makes sense. Pile one. Definitely let me know in the comments if this is resonating with you in any way so far, pile one. But yeah, let's continue pile one. We've got the Crow Tarot here. Okay, I'm feeling compelled to tell you this, pile one, but my dog just started walking away. She's like, click, click, click. You can hear her nails. And like, I just paused the video for a second to try to lay out some blankets so she could walk around and not be like, click, click, click. And of course she walks to the one place that's not, and I'm like, ugh, like I feel so aggravated about it, even though it's so like silly. And like, and this isn't to say whatever you went through is like silly or little like that, but I think the cards, the way I'm kind of getting that vibe is this ability to let go, be like, yes, the clack, 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 just deal with it, dude. Just deal with it. Keep doing the reading. So that's what we're gonna do, pile one. But let's see, we've got from the Crow Tarot, the Six of Cups. So that, yeah, that's that nostalgia or almost this, let me move this up actually a little bit for y'all. Whoop. Ace of Pentacles, wow. Love to see that. Yeah, so already, I feel like what you're learning, or some aspect of what you're learning, pile one, with the Six of Cups, it reminds me of like that nostalgia, especially with like feelings. And sometimes that can be a warning, but here I feel like it's more of like, especially if you look at this card, you see how there's like two crows kind of flying, and that's kind of like dark. It almost looks like a weird sort of liminal void space they're flying into. And then this crow here is safe with this water. So I feel like this is kind of playing into that idea of like being able to like, you don't forget about what happened, you know, because you just don't. You want to, you know, hold people accountable and yourself accountable, but you're able to see it without getting sucked into it. Like you're able to look back at that thing, like, oh, that part kind of sucked for a while, but I keep hearing like, remember what brought you here in the first place. Pile one is what I keep kind of hearing with this. But I want to see really quickly for this Ace of Pentacles, because it's so powerful. Pile one. So I feel like that's important because I don't know if you feel like I'm being like very like, oh, you just have to let it go and la la la, like, you know, dance with the butterflies or whatever. No, that's not, it's not about giving up your power at all. I feel like compelled to say that for anybody who's like, oh, like, you know, clinging to some sort of like need for control, because like that's not exactly what I'm getting here in terms of like growing. Like, of course, you know, we can't control everything, so if you are feeling like you need to do that, maybe, you know, take some time to reflect. But not here to judge, just here to say what the cards say. We've all been there, are there and aren't there at once, right? Because what is time anyway? Let me know if this is resonating with y'all. I'm looking through the book really quickly to see, because I want to see for sure with this dang Pentacles. Yeah, the crow lands atop a large pentacle once concealed by clouds. This spot provides a clear view of all the riches available to her. Because her desires are no longer blocked, the bounty this world has to offer, from material wealth to spiritual knowledge, is all within her grasp. The Ace of Pentacles represents a time of clarity and the ability to manifest your desires. Ooh la la. Stay focused. The law of attraction is working. Keep a fixed sight on what it is you want to achieve, right? And so especially if it is like something, if you are in the process of manifesting pile one, letting go of the past is especially important. Because if you keep clinging on to this old story, that's what's going to keep playing out, right? But moving right along. Yeah, okay, so we got the Six of Swords in reverse. It's a really, really pretty card. It almost looks like it reminds me of like stained glass, like in a church. And then, I've got an idea about that. Let's see what your next card is, pile one. And then the Eight of Wands upright. Okay, interesting. Interesting, because usually the Six of Swords I kind of see as like a victory card, if you will. But in reverse, I'm trying to relate it to like what you're... Yeah, it's like you're unwilling to part with something or sacrifice something in order for this like really fast thing to come in. Like this thing could come in so quickly for you. Like it's right here, like that thing I get the word pining for. Pile one is there. But there's something from the past that you're like kind of refusing to let go of. And maybe it's like pretty in your mind, or you like to remember these things because, you know, you don't want to, it's like a fool me one sort of thing. But if you want this to come into the material world, whatever this is, pile one, like the growth that is happening or that needs to happen is to like be able to let go of that old story. And then it, like, especially with the Eight of Wands right here, it's like it's going to come in so quickly, and you've got like all these blooms so quickly, even though there's like not really like a ton of sun. How are they in full bloom already? You know, like that's how quickly, like you won't, I'm getting like excited talking about it. It's one of those things, pile one, where you won't even understand how it happened so quickly, is kind of what I'm getting in terms of how you are growing right now. But yeah, now let's look at your card from the Celtic Tree Oracle. Love this deck. It's very gorgeous. It's nice to meditate on. And you got number 13, which is the Nettle Reed. It's really pretty. I'm going to read from the book for this one, pile 1. I almost said pile 13. Card 13. Which, if I'm not mistaken, I believe like these also have to do with, all these cards kind of have a time, if you will, like a time period. And I want to say this one is around here. Oh no, yeah. Well, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, just past September 5th through October 2nd. And in the Southern Hemisphere, March 5th through April 2nd. But this is about direct action, movement, focus, intention, conviction, on purpose, progress, skill, becoming a hollow reed. So the hollow reed, it sucks up whatever's around it, right? So like kind of think about the way your life comes into the, like your manifestations materialize is by whatever's going through that hollow reed of your brain or your mind or whatever you want to call it, pile one. And if the water you're in, like meaning emotions, is gross and full of, you know, pollution and stuff like that, these reeds aren't going to grow. So this is really saying like, pile one, I'm really getting like that how you're supposed to grow right now is like being able to let go and like make yourself that almost like vessel for whatever it is you need to do. Like, you know, for example, say that like you really want to get into a routine where you walk your dog 2 times a day instead of 1 time a day. I don't know, whatever, like a long walk. And that second walk comes around and you really just, you're so frustrated with it. And you like are ready to like, you know, when you get that like ping of like, I'll do it later. Like there's this sort of sensation. You just let it ride out. I don't know how to describe it, but if you know, you know. And then you just say, or at least this is what I do. I'm like, right now my body's going to go walk that dog because that's what my body's going to do. And as silly as it sounds, and then I do it, but it's like, again, making yourself that hollow reed. That isn't saying dissociate, but, you know, remind yourself what you really want and don't attach to the emotion, because the emotion doesn't always serve you, right? Yeah, but let me read the, yeah, sorry, I just got like really passionate there, pile one, but I feel like whatever you feel like you've been growing into or trying to grow in your life, it's like you're so, I mean, we're always so close, right? Like life is never finished. But in terms of like the bigger thing, or like, you know, the main thing you want growing in your life, like, and how you are growing, it's like you were so close. But I do want to end your reading, pile one, with a message from your Celtic Tree Oracle card, which I will link in the description. I represent action. No more apathy, please. See, this is why I was so pumped up, y'all. I just knew. I just held that card and I was like, let's go. Align with spirit and ask for direction. Align with the power of the owl or the pike. They know how to stalk and hunt. What do you want? It is time to go for it. Stick to your resolve. Set your intention and take steps towards outcomes. I ask you to take yourself seriously. Believe in yourself. I send you courage and fortitude and the belief in a positive outcome, no matter what. You are here for a purpose, to fulfill your own choices. Do so with creativity and a spirit of fun, right? That naivety. And in the spirit of fun, pile one, I said I was going to end it there, but I'm not, because I said in the intro I was doing one more oracle card, and so that's what I'm doing. But I feel like this already just confirms everything we've been talking about. Like, let go, like, time to have fun. And I'm going to just shuffle and pull. We're going to do it live. How is pile one growing? Okay, this one. Breathe. Oh my gosh. And I got it in reverse, so like I feel like that's something you've been like almost like holding your breath in a weird way. And it's like, exhale all this junk, y'all. Like that 2 a.m. song. Just breathe. Right? And almost like this feels like as if like, okay, I'm letting out of this like bad yucky vibe so I can let another good vibe come in. Like again, that like hollow reed, that vessel. But now for real, let's end your reading, pile one. Lots of fun today on the Queen Astro's Tarot reading. Let's end it for real with the excerpt from this book. Breathe. You're a human. It's okay. Where are your feet? Be there. You are on Earth. Allow yourself to become your breath. Be the rhythm. Use this as a tool. Share your breath with the Earth's atmosphere, the entire universe, and all the galaxies. It is your soul's song. You are more than a physical body. Right? Dang. So again, you're more than a physical body. Like, let that go. Don't let it overtake your body and overtake your habits and your mind, pile one. But yeah, I hope that was insightful. Definitely got a little passionate at the end. Thank you to those who've already subscribed. If you haven't done so yet, please do so. I think I'm pointing there. Whatever. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. You know the drill. And it's been a pleasure reading for y'all, pile one. And I'm definitely excited to hear what happens. So let me know in the comments. All right. And until next time, I will see you next time. Bye. Hello, hello. If you're here, you picked pile 2 with the Sunstone. I don't know why I was called to do that in sing song, but you know, Sunstone is like such a bright and joyful gem. Definitely a sacral chakra sort of thing. And I don't know why I'm getting like, you know, the hills are alive with the sound of music, like seeing Julie Andrews running over the hills that are alive with the sound of music. But there's something in the way that you're growing, pile 2, that has to do with just like this being big, like just not holding back anymore, just like really just like belting it, for lack of a better word, is sort of what I'm getting. Let's see what your cards have to say, pile 2. Just so you know, I pre-pulled, but I did not pre-look, so it's a fun reveal for us all. I think it makes it fun. I don't know. Let's see, we've got the 9 of Pentacles, or Amducius, causes any manner of music to be played. Okay, wow. I was like, I don't know, okay, see, this is why I like doing it, because like now I'm freaking out. I was like, why am I sing-songy? This is why. Causes any manner of music to be played, causes trees to bend at will, brings excellent familiars. So yeah, with the 9 of Pentacles, it's like such a big, joyous card. It's like, you've been working towards something like in the material realm, and the way you're growing, it's like, yeah, this is paying off. Great job, pile 2. You know, so whatever it is you've been like working towards, like building, like especially like within the material realm, or like work related, or like, you know, maybe it's like your own business, or, you know, I'm getting something more of like a project or like a band, maybe just because of the music. Like something like that is really coming into fruition. And this is how you're growing. And wow, how fun. But let's keep going, pile 2, before we are all like, woohoo! Not to say that there won't be all woohoos. All right, and then you, okay, y'all, you got the sun. I'm kind of freaking out a little bit. Makes one rich, smart, and well spoken, gathers spirits at tombs and changes the places of the dead. Ooh, that's Boone, the demon, and they've got 3 heads, like a snake, this sick-looking dinosaur bird thing, and then a person wildebeest? I'm not sure. But wow, you got the 9 of Pentacles and the sun and the sunstone. Y'all, like, you're growing, like, whatever you've been doing, it's like, it's working. Like, you are doing awesome, awesome work. I'm excited, pile 2. Let's keep going. Let's keep riding this fun train. Okay, then we got the 3 of Cups in reverse. Gushin reconciles friends, tells of the past, present, and future, gives dignities and honors. So maybe that's how you're growing too. Like, with it in reverse, maybe there was some sort of thing, like this project even, that you were working on with friends, and it's felt like tense, or things that felt really like everyone's pushing themselves, or, you know, what have you. I feel like y'all will be able to push past this. But let's, especially with the 3-headed demon on the Boone over here, like, let's keep going, pile 2. Okay, now we're getting, now we're cooking with gas, y'all. And then we got the 7 of Swords in reverse, or Andromalius. Returns items and punishes thieves. Reveals hidden treasures. So in reverse, it almost feels like maybe how you're growing too is like within this dynamic is learning how to not like feel like, oh, it's me and so-and-so versus Bob and Jill, or, you know, whatever. Like, there's not like triangulation within groups is kind of what I'm getting piled to. Like, you're learning how to kind of navigate working within whatever this group dynamic is, like, you know, a band, your job, or it could be like a family relationship, or, you know what, I just feel like it is a dynamic of multiple people piled to. You're learning how to just be you and be bright, and like, you're like, I don't want to say like keep my head down, you're like, but I'm working hard at focusing what I know, almost like I'm not getting dragged into gossip and stuff like that is almost what I'm hearing pile 2. But let's keep going with the Crow Tarot. Definitely let me know in the comments if this is resonating with you, because this one has been spicy pile 2. All right, we've got the 10 of Wands in reverse. Yeah, almost like this burden, like you're kind of like it's finally able to like kind of let go. The 2 of Swords in reverse. Interesting. Okay, with these two already, pile 2, what I am feeling too, like with how you're growing, is like this big 9 of Pentacles and Sun energy is awesome. It's so awesome. It's like, but it's not saying like it's all gonna be like sunshine and rainbows getting there. Like, there's gonna be some like kind of, I'm almost gonna say like uncomfortable things, or especially with the 2 of Swords in reverse, like either conversations you've been avoiding or pretending like you don't need to have. And it's kind of like adding extra weight to your shoulders. And I think it's almost saying like waiting for it to resolve itself isn't going to happen. So take that as you will, pile 2, and how you're growing. And like, this might be something that's traditionally like has been kind of tough for you, like confronting people, or I don't know, like ending a contract with a contractor, or, you know, firing somebody, or whatever it is, pile 2. You feel like there's like almost a mental dance that needs to be done, but you just kind of have to do it, whatever that is for you, pile 2. Let's keep going. We've got the Queen of Wands. Yeah, and especially with the Queen of Wands, like, she's so regal, and she's bouncing on top of these 2 lions who could like both just like eat her in a bite. But they respect her because of like all this balance she brings, you know, like the crown floats above her. She's not, didn't have to like grab it or anything. She just keeps everything fair, for lack of a better word. And even with, I don't know if you can see, there's a skull at the bottom of this card, which almost feels like letting go of this like almost past sort of tendency to panic, which would like, you know, shake the branch she's standing on and maybe irritate the lines enough that they would eat her, sort of thing. And whatever these lines are in your life, pile 2, what I'm getting is like, you're growing, you know how to do this sort of thing. It just might be uncomfortable when you're first doing it or starting to do it. But let's keep going. We've got the 6 of Pentacles. Yeah, see, like, again, with this balance too, like, it's like once you are growing into this ability, pile 2, this ability to kind of like, I don't want to be like, make tough decisions, but just especially like have tougher conversations. Like maybe somebody's kind of being low-key sexist in your group and you have to be like, hey, like, you're one of my good buddies, but like, you kind of suck right now. Or like what you're saying kind of sucks. And you know, like that kind of stuff. But how you're growing, pile 2, it's like, you're going to be able to give so much back, like, because of this new skill set. And it's going to make you like feel awesome too. Like it's really a win-win situation. Like, and you'll notice like there isn't like any attack here. So it's not like you have to attack people or whatever the situation is. Like there's a way to do it with an even keeled mind and balance that's actually leaves everybody like satiated, if you will, like fed and nurtured. All right, but we've got 2 more cards. We've got the Celtic Tree Oracle, which I pulled for you, and then I'm going to shuffle and pull from the Fuzzy Prism Oracle. But let's see what Celtic Tree Oracle you got, pile 2. I'm very intrigued. Okay, you got the Heather or Mistletoe in reverse. It's really pretty. It's funny because in reverse, like I almost think of that like when you hang mistletoe, you kind of hang it in reverse to get what you want. But at the same time, it's such like a contrived notion. Like, you know, it's kind of fun to be like, oh, there's mistletoe, like if you're joking with somebody, but like if you're actually like being like trying to corner somebody under mistletoe, it's like, that's kind of weird. I don't know, I was compelled to talk about that, y'all, but I was. This is Queen Astro's Tarot. But it's about like having solid foundations, essentially. Yeah, this is a time to open up to love, dreams, and possibilities, but you may feel that you are in a hopeless situation and are on your own, right? This sort of 2 of Swords, like, oh, like I have to do this thing. Don't put off the need to go to the doctor, visit your therapist, or talk to a trusted friend or relative. You are not alone. So if that is your case, please do that. But yeah, whatever this talk, don't keep putting it off. We, the Heather and the Mistletoe, bring you healing energy. We represent the summer sun of abundance, beauty, fertility, and growth. We come to you with joy and exuberance. Together, we offer you protection, energetic cleansing of the negative, abundance, and good luck. We can help you manifest your wishes and can come to you in your dreams. Like the Great Mother, we are here unconditionally for you. Breathe in our love and let the magic of the unseen world wash you clean. Bring the bright, full summer sun into your life, right now, right here. There's no need for doubt, as you are born to grow, to expand, and to evolve. This is your nature, and so it is, dear friend, until we meet again. Okay, so that's really interesting, pile 2. I'm kind of getting like, yeah, there's almost like this fear to step into this like sort of power, like to be this big, bright sun, to have it all. But this card is kind of confirming like, no, you're supposed to have this. And like there are people you can lean on if you feel like there aren't. Let's close your reading, pile 2, with a pull of the Fuzzy Prism Oracle. Oh, we're gonna take this guy. Ask. Oh my gosh. This is what you're saying. Like, if you need help, there's help. Like, this is a reminder, pile 2, like to help yourself grow. We've got ask. And especially since you got it in reverse, like I feel like sometimes that can be like ask yourself, like take time to just sit still and really like ask yourself, like, what do you want? Like if you feel overwhelmed or like you don't have a choice, like this is going to help you grow. Like, look at this. It's okay to ask for help. We are imperfect human beings. Ask for guidance through prayer or simply by talking to the universe. Build a selfless relationship with your goddesses by asking how to best serve them or it. How can you be useful on this earth? Ask to seek knowledge, constantly seek. Be aware of selfish motives when asking the stars for guidance. Interesting. Well, there's a little warning for y'all. And I think with selfish, it's like, you can have whatever you want, as long as it's not like, I want Susie Lee to have a terrible life because she made fun of me in 5th grade. You know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff. You know, like, don't be trying to ruin people's lives. Trying to be making your life the best. And yeah, I will leave you with that pile too. If you liked what you heard or didn't and just felt, you know, you learned something, please like, comment, share, subscribe. I appreciate everyone who's done that in the past and who keeps coming back. I really enjoy doing these readings. And until next time, pile 2, I will see you next time. Bye. Hello, hello. If you are here, you picked pile 3 for how are you growing right now? And you picked the pile with the lovely rose quartz. I know it's kind of hard to see, but it is. I swear it's a pinker hue in real life. And the rose quartz is such like a beautiful stone because it's so, I mean, all crystals are multidimensional, literally. But I feel like it has so many uses. I know most people might think of like romantic love automatically, but it can go to like self-love, love between friendships, really just love in general. And at the end of the day, pile 3, isn't it all love? So I feel like that's definitely, obviously, something we are all learning, but especially for you, pile 3, is like this, maybe like the concept of love or what it means for you is like kind of how you're growing. But let's take a look at your cards. I've got some tarot cards here for you, and then a Celtic Tree Oracle card, and then I'm going to pull a card from the Fuzzy Prism Oracle at the end to take a complete look, pile 3, at how you are currently growing. All right, but let's take a look at these cards, which I pre-pulled but did not pre-look. So let's go. All right, so you got the Tower, Promoter of, which is the Sago. This is the Occult Tarot, so these are all Presidents of Hell. Promoter of Discord, War, Arguments, and Falsehood. Gives generous responses. Interesting. The gives generous responses is very interesting. So like I feel like pile 1, or no, I'm sorry, pile 1. Pile 3, although there might be a message there for you. Pile 3, like gives generous responses. I think part of what you're learning or how you're growing right now, pile 3, is kind of boundaries, like giving generous responses, like not equating like, oh, if I give this amount, like this much time or this much effort or take them out this many times, or then they'll be my friend, or then this will happen. Like this overextension of yourself, equating, like being equated with love, I think is something like you're growing out of pile 3. But let's keep going. Okay, then we got the 3 of Wands, which is Agares, the President of Hell. Teaches languages, causes earthquakes, overthrows politicians or clergymen, and returns those who have run away. And 3 of Wands too, I usually think of like, it's kind of like overlooking, you know, in the traditional tarot, overlooking sort of the future, if you will, or, you know, like the landscape. And I think for you, pile 3, like how you're growing is like, you are like learning to assess this. Like you are kind of like taking stock of things. Like return those who have run away. Like, I think that's kind of like you returning to yourself in a way even. But yeah, let's keep going. Definitely comment and let me know if this is resonating so far. All right, next we have the Ace of Wands in reverse. Azazel teaches holy secrets, instructs how to make weapons and the art of seduction. Ooh la la. So in reverse, even like, I feel like, again, this like with the art of seduction, like maybe this is something like, not to shame or like anything, like do whatever you want to do, but like maybe you've equated like, oh, I've done things with this person, I've been intimate with them, so like now we've made a contract almost. And I think it's just like again with these boundaries, like being very clear with whoever you're with, and this could be in friendships or work, but especially with the rose quartz, you know, could be romantic relationships and boundaries, just like being able to know when you're not ready to do that, or like if you like know you'll feel like that kind of intense connection that may be overwhelming, like just being able to draw these boundaries for yourself is how you're growing. And then yeah, the 7 of Cups in reverse, like this is Osa, makes one cunning in liberal sciences, gives true answers on the divine and secret things, able to turn others into different forms and convince them that change is real. Huh, that's intriguing. So like almost like for you, like I feel like pile 3s, like there's almost like this reversal power where like if you have like struggled with this or are struggling with this pile 3, like once you've kind of overextended yourself, it's like convincing yourself that like, oh, like I'm not worthy then because like the person didn't like me and I did all these things I was supposed to, or what have you. And I think this is what, like how you're growing right now as pile 3 is like learning that your value is inherent, like period. Like you are worthy of love for just being here. But let's keep going. Let me know in the comments if this is making sense. Yeah, so okay, we've got the 10 of Cups in reverse, which is usually like a I have everything card. And so like right now I'm feeling pile 3, like, and I'm sorry if you're feeling like kind of like in a rut or like this kind of thing isn't possible for you, but I think this is what you're growing out of. Like, yeah, especially with the Ace of Cups in reverse. It's like, I feel like this mentality is kind of like really, really seeped in that like you aren't able to have this sort of joy and happiness and love that you deserve. This is how you're growing. So it's not like, oh, you're growing and even to a worse spiral. Like, you know, I think it's like you're starting to see like your value, like in it, like by being here. Yeah, okay, now the 2 of Cups here with this balance, right? So it's like, especially with these 2 hearts, like, I don't know if you can see the 2 crows kind of share one heart. And I think for you, there can be that sort of like, maybe have been codependency issues or like, you know, relying on somebody else for your like value or worth. But I think that's, again, with the 2, it's coming into balance and you're realizing like you're growing and able just to like see how friggin' awesome you are, pile 3. Yeah, okay, so with the Queen of Cups too. So I think how you're growing too is maybe like in the past there has been this sort of either on your part or other people's parts you've been involved with sort of manipulative tendencies, like emotional manipulation that like has convinced you of these things. And how you're growing, I'm not saying it's gonna be easy, but it's like you are learning and growing into this person that does have this balance and like doesn't have to feel like you need to resort to like forms of manipulation, or, you know, be manipulated or be, you know, involved with somebody who manipulates rather. Yeah, very interesting, pile 3. I'm gonna take a look now at your Celtic Tree Oracle. Oh, this is my favorite one. Okay, I'm not even joking. I almost cry every time I see it, y'all. More the sea. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's so, so beautiful. And it's really just, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like, how do you describe everything? How do you describe nothing? Does that even make sense? I'm going to just read the book because I'm just overwhelmed and I will just be like blurb, blurb, blurb and not make sense to you, pile 3. Let me find it. I want to read the message. I am more the sea. I am the river, the lake, the pond, the brook, the stream, the waterway, the sea, and the ocean. I am the well. I am the water within your body and in your blood. I am the rain in the storm and your tears. I am life. I am your past, present, and future. I am all time and beyond time. I am your soul's journey. I am with you at the beginning, at birth, and remain with you to your ending at death. I never cease to be. I go on forever, from form to form. I am consciousness and the formless. I am the God and the goddess, and I sustain you. I am the source and the animating mystery and power of life. You are a vessel for me. You are an expression of me. I am in love with you. I am without judgment, as I can only give you unconditional love. Allow your life and love to flow. Allow my spirit to love through you so that you can forgive yourself and others. Allow this flow to nurture you and nourish you. Drink deeply at the well of your soul and know that you are on purpose. Take shelter in my love, in my wisdom, and in my guidance. Let me fill you with refreshment and allow me to quench the thirst of your soul. I am always here. I am always everywhere. I am the center and the circumference, and I bless you. I'm here to remind you that you too are indeed a loving God or goddess with great power and potential. Here is a steward to Mother Earth to create healing and beauty. It is only but one choice away from manifestation at any moment. Oh, it's so perfect, y'all. Like, so, again, this is like, if you feel like you've been in, especially like if you feel like pile 3, you've been in this rut for like so long and you're like, like you've been trying. Like, it's not like you've just been like sitting here moping. It's like you've really been trying and it feels so out of reach. And I know it's so frustrating and infuriating to be like, but it's right here. But like once you realize, like, but it's right here, but you already have it, but you already are whole. That's how you're growing, pile of 3. But let's take, you know, just to get a little less heavy, or maybe more heavy. I don't know, pile of 3. I'm going to shuffle from the Fuzzy Prism Oracle and just pull one at random. This one popped out for me. So you got teach. I don't read reversals on these. Teach. Oh, it's so cute. It feels like there's a symmetry with like the sun kind of blasting and this. Like, you are the sun. We are the sun. Everyone is the sun. Let's see, pile 3, how you were growing with this teach card. Teach by mirroring onto others your experience with freedom. This is a healing power we all possess if we are open to acknowledging this gift and light. Allow uncomfortable situations to just be. These are lessons. Who are your teachers? Study them. Be teachable. How can you be a healer today? Share your gifts. Yeah, so like it's like this thing that you're like, it's just a lesson, like whatever this, and I know it's like just a lesson, like maybe this has been going on for like years or, you know, a long time in your book, pile 3, but it's, the first step to being unstuck is to stop telling yourself you're stuck, right? What can you learn? Like if you were somebody else, or like you were talking to a friend who was in your situation and you're like, they need to walk away or at least move forward. If you hear that, that's my dog yelling at me for food. So that might be you. Like, you're like, oh, I know, like I'm frustrated, but like I want this thing now. Sorry, I'm just laughing because she sounds so weird when she does it. She like does like a metal scream. But take it as a lesson. Like take it, like if you just, whatever the situation is in your head, you're like, oh, it's just like, I hate quoting Harry Potter. I don't hate it. Anyway, it's like a boggart, right? If you make it seem silly and small, it's going to become silly and small. And you'll be able to, and there'll be another drop of ocean in the ocean. And you can find your next drop, so to speak. I hope that somebody pulled something out of that and that was valuable to you, pile 3. Thank you for hanging out with me. If you like this reading, please like, comment, share, subscribe. You know the drill. I'm going to go feed my dog before reading pile 4. And until next time, I will see you next time. Bye, pile 3. You got this. Hello, hello. If you are here, you picked pile 4 for how are you growing right now? And you picked the pile with the lepidolite crystal, which I just learned is a major source of lithium. Yay, yeah. Which is fun, but it's also like, which is kind of interesting because it's a stone known for being like very, very calming and soothing. I remember it being recommended as like a teacher's stone, like just like if you're in an environment that has like a lot of bing, 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 bing energy, which you tend to do when you're in charge of 30 plus kids. Like lepidolite is like very good and calming. So I think pile 4, something like how you're growing is like learning how to, dare I say, keep calm and carry on. But you know, like just be able to keep a level head in situations without like, no, I'm not saying like check out, but you know, just like learn how to almost assert yourself within kind of hectic situations. But let's see what the cards have to say for you, pile 4. I pre-pulled, but I did not pre-look at these, so we'll all see what how you're growing together. So you got the 6 of Wands, which is, and this is the occult tarot, so these are all presidents of hell, with Murmur. Teaches philosophy perfectly, brings souls back from the dead to answer questions. The 6 of Wands, like in like, you know, the traditional tarot, if you will, 6 like have to do like harmony, which is so interesting because lepidolite is like very like harmonizing, balancing, especially with like kind of hyper energies, if that makes sense. And the wands are very like active masculine, so that's kind of what I was saying when I was like saying assert yourself. But let's keep going, pile 4, and see how you're growing. Then you got the Emperor with Baal, controls the weather, rain, and lightning, cures or causes pestilence. Dang. And it's like a cat, frog, human head with spider legs. I don't know, that's freaky, y'all. That is a freaky, freaky card. But the way I'm looking at this Emperor is like maybe you don't feel like a traditional like leader, or like you don't look the part, or you're not like cut out from like, you know, traditional leadership material. It's like, it's gonna work though. Like, it just kind of works. Like, and not in a way, like, people respect you, and how you're learning to grow is like kind of like how to own, like, dare I say, like your quirkiness, or like, you know, things that are not traditionally viewed in whatever this like leadership role. And this could just be like taking control of your own life, pile 4, but like, or like leadership within work, or, you know, something like that. Let's keep going before I keep babbling, pile 4. And then we've got the 2 of Pentacles in reverse with Amon. Reveals the past and the future, reconciles friends and enemies. So in reverse, I almost feel like there's like a lack of balance or something, like, especially with like, maybe, actually before I go, let's keep going. Then you got, okay, death in reverse with Lucifer. Provides liberation and an illumination. Incites jealousy and envy. And there's just a cherub on a pile of skulls, baby. But that's in reverse. So I think how you're growing, pile 4, especially with this 2 of Pentacles, is maybe like there was a lack of balance, like especially like work life, or maybe your spending habits were not the most responsible, or what have you. And how you're growing is like learning how to, like, the death in reverse is kind of like signifying to me that like you're releasing this habit or tendency. So you can kind of move forward and take charge. And maybe this isn't something like the Emperor, this kind of goofy looking Emperor, like something you traditionally see yourself as. You're like, oh, like I've always kind of like, you know, been paycheck to pay, or, you know, just haven't really put money in savings or what have you. But now you're in a position to do that, or soon will be. And it's like, you can make this work. Like, that's how you're growing. It's like, you're not just letting yourself coast anymore, pile 4, if that makes sense. And then we've got the 5 of Pentacles upright. That's a beautiful card. Let me put these up. They're all beautiful. I'll link them. The 8 of Cups. Okay, yeah. So it almost feels like for you, pile 4, there's like almost like a mourning of like a sort of past, I don't want to use the word recklessness, but like fun, like almost like you're like, oh, like if I grow up, then I'm growing up. But like there's such a beauty in that. Yeah, let's keep going. I'm very intrigued, pile 4. 7 of Cups in reverse, right? Like you feel like you've always had like all these choices, and like, again, I'm like, for whatever reason, pile 4, I'm getting like almost, I don't want to say reckless money, like, because I've definitely done it. We've all done it at one point or another, but like, you know, maybe ordering out too much, or, you know, when you could be cooking, like, it's not like you're, you know, racking up credit card bills because you need to pay bills. It's like, there's ways you could be being better with money, is what I'm getting, pile 4. That's definitely how you're growing. Interesting. Then with the Lovers in reverse. So Lovers in reverse, like, you know, it's a choice. Lovers is always about a choice. And again, that's like the 6. We've got the 6 of Wands. I think it's interesting that they kind of bookend the reading, pile 4. But let me look at, I want to look at the Crow Tarot specifically to see what they say about the Lovers in reverse. Definitely let me know in the comments if this is resonating with you, pile 4. Yeah, you may discover you're not being honest with yourself about the reasoning behind your decision. Take the time to check in, meditate, and examine your choices, right? So I think especially with money, maybe there's like an emotional tie to money too, where it's like, well, I feel good when I'm able to like maybe you overextend yourself, and you're like, well, I like buying lunch for me and my friends because I know they're having a hard time too. And it's like, yeah, but you got to take care of yourself, sort of thing. And I think that's kind of how you're growing, is you're letting go of this, again, lifestyle that, you know, worked, and it's fine, but if you keep going, it's like not sustainable with this 5 of Pentacles, and you know that, pile 4. And I think that you're definitely growing and learning how to navigate that in a way that works for you. Let's take a look at your Celtic Tree Oracle before pulling the last oracle for you. And you got the New Ash in reverse. I feel like this card gets pulled like semi-frequently. So I feel like maybe this is like almost like a generational thing, or, you know, what have you, like a general vibe, if you will, pile 4. Yeah, the microcosm and the macrocosm, reflections, mirrors, uniting inner and outer worlds, as above, so below. See, wow, in reverse. Perhaps you're struggling with an addiction that has gotten you into trouble and you've hit your bottom. So again, if there's been like a spending or like some sort of compulsive thing happening, if you've been attempting to medicate your pain rather than face it, know that there are great riches awarded to those who are willing to finally deal with their own demons. 4, pile 4, this is how you're growing. This is awesome. Congrats. Like, seriously, like, this is so freaking hard, and like, you can do this, and you are doing this. And you did it, right? Because what is time? It's time to think about a strategy for healing and to ask for help. And let me read you the message. I've come to tell you that it is safe to dive into your interior world. Here you can receive guidance, healing, and assurance. If you find that you are not moving forward, try to practice patience and keep your intentions clear, right? Like, don't just numb the pain with like ordering takeout. I don't know why I keep using that reference, but maybe a lot of y'all have been ordering too much takeout. Sometimes you're asked to wait for the perfect alignment between the right moment and what you desire. Check in. When you create a strong and loving field, you draw to you what it is you desire, because like attracts like. Sometimes restraint is necessary as the universe lines up the building blocks for what you want to manifest, right? So you're learning how to use restraint, pile 4, and trust me when I say that near and dear to my heart, and I have nothing but faith in you. And so to close out your reading, pile 4, with how you're growing, we are going to do a nice little shuffle of the Fuzzy Prism Oracle and see what you are learning / how you are growing. Ooh. Ooh, this, that's too many. Ooh, it's like, you're learning a lot. There it is. Gratitude. And I pulled it in reverse, but I don't really do reverses on this. So yeah, like, and maybe like with the spending, maybe it's a shopping thing. Like, I know people who have like deleted Instagram because they're like, I've been shopping on it way too much. So like, maybe this is like a really nice tool for you, pile 4, to kind of curb whatever this compulsory thing is. But let's take a look at the guidebook, which is so cute. By Holly Simple, and close out your reading for how you are growing, pile 4. Gratitude. What are you feeling grateful for today? Are you lost? Are you playing a victim? Use gratitude as a tool to move through uncomfortable times. Reflect on all you've been given by the universe. Good plus bad life lessons, perhaps? Find gratitude for all of life's challenges and harms that have been given to you as growth opportunities. Thank you. Yes, thank you, pile 4. I am super grateful that I have time to do this and, you know, do tarot, and hopefully, you know, at least one person gets something out of it. So I'm super grateful that you're here, that you're even watching this. And I wish you nothing but success on your journey, pile 4, and you've got this. And if you enjoyed this, please like, comment, share, subscribe. You know the deal. And thank you to those of you who have already done this. And until next time, I will see you next time. Bye, pile 4. Bye, bye, bye.